60s by the bay and inland. Right now in San Francisco, it's 57 degrees. In Pleasant Hill, 55 degrees. In Morgan Hill and Redwood City, 54 degrees. In Sausalito, it's 52 degrees right now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time is 12:21. Police in Fairfield are on the lookout for a man who fatally stabbed another man Saturday afternoon. Police received notification around 2:45 p.m. that a man had been stabbed near the intersection of Jefferson and Ohio Streets. The victim was transported to a local hospital where he died from his injuries. Police investigators identified the suspect as 40-year-old Milton O'Neill, who they believe knew the victim. Police continue to look for O'Neill, who goes by the nickname Pork Chop. Former President Barack Obama addressed the attack on Paul Pelosi while stumping for Michigan's Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer in Detroit Saturday. Obama says there's been an erosion of civility in U.S. politics, fueled in part by officials that amplify division for their own gains and social media companies that further the polarizing rhetoric for profit. Speaking to a large crowd at Detroit's Renaissance High School, the former president said the attack on Speaker Pelosi's husband is a perfect example of how rhetoric can become dangerous.
If our rhetoric about each other is that mean, when we don't just disagree with people, but we start demonizing them, making wild, crazy allegations about them, that creates a dangerous climate. And if elected officials don't do more to explicitly reject that kind of rhetoric, if they tacitly support it or encourage their supporters to stand outside voting places armed with guns, dressed in tactical gear, more people can get hurt. And we're going to be violating the basic spirit of this country.
Shortly after that, somebody in the crowd started to heckle the former president, and Obama said that was what he was talking about, and shouting over each other is not the way to have a political discourse. The attack on Paul Pelosi does show how physical violence against politicians has become synonymous with modern American politics. As KCBS's David Welch reports, some argue this new normal is chipping away at our democratic system.
Violent acts are quickly becoming the political norm. And for political analyst Larry Gersten, yesterday's violence at the home of Speaker Nancy Pelosi was just one example of that growing trend.
We have too many one-offs, if you will, day in and day out. So many that they're not often even reported. That a county clerk was so intimidated that he or she resigns from office. That the board decides to go ahead and recount the election because they feel there's some intimidation.
Gersten points to another growing trend in American politics as the major catalyst for these extreme acts of violence.
You've got elected officials. If they don't agree with it, they're certainly not in a hurry to disagree with it.
And for him, basic doubts about the validity of our election process is giving way to deeper cracks in our democracy as a whole.
It does penetrate our political infrastructure. And this kind of thing has been building for some time, this whole conspiracy of how the government is illegitimate, the deep state as they call it, and it's not just a bunch of ne'er-do-wells anymore.
David Welch, KCBS.
Here's why more large employers are paying college tuition for hourly employees. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune Magazine with the Fortune Business Update. For years, big companies have reimbursed some or all of the college tuition for salaried employees. But now, in this tight labor market, more companies are paying tuition up front for hourly workers as well. Just this year and last, Walmart, Amazon, Target, Macy's, Citigroup, and Lowe's have made free college available to more than 3 million U.S. workers. companies say it's good for them as well as for the employees because it saves employers money that would otherwise be spent on recruiting and retaining workers. Walmart said participants in its program leave the company at a rate 4 times lower than non-participants and are twice as likely to be promoted because they've learned the skills needed for higher level jobs. That's another benefit for the employer as well as the employee. I'm Jeff Goldman.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. And right now, we're offering a free treatment just for coming in. That's right. You can try this treatment at no cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
With clinics in San Mateo and Sacramento, call 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. HSA cards welcome and financing available.
This little pinky went to the market and wore a mask. This little ring finger got a COVID-19 vaccine to stay safer. This finger had a sore throat, so tested and rested, just in case. And this pointer got the updated booster to travel with friends. Except for this unvaccinated thumb that got COVID-19 and had to stay home. Don't let the fun slip through your fingers. Wear a mask. Stay home if you feel sick. And get vaccinated and boosted. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Side sleeping is better for you, and European Sleepworks can get you through any challenges it may create. They blend their meticulously chosen elements into a harmony of solutions. From their famous custom-fit oxygen pillows to their ingenious blend of mattress components, they somehow combine them into such a comfortable rest that it's music to the ears and bodies of side sleepers. Come try for yourself at European Sleepworks at Adeline and Ashby in Berkeley, or online at sleepworks.com.
Time to head back to the KCBS Traffic Center for a check of the roads with Frank Munich.
Well, we're going to head to a new problem in San Bruno, eastbound 380, just before El Camino Real. We have a report of an accident involving 2 cars. One of those cars blocking the far left lane. Again, that's eastbound 380, just before El Camino Real. We have a whole bunch of rocks in the roadway on eastbound 84 heading into Sonoma. This is as eastbound 84 becomes Petaluma Way, approaching the 680 split. We have at least one car that's hit that debris, and again, high wind advisory, which had been in effect for Highway 580 over the Altamont Pass, has now lifted, but we're seeing quite a bit of fog. Gang up at the Golden Gate Bridge tolls. No heavy fog advisory as of yet, but that might happen fairly soon. Your next update at 12:38 on the traffic leader KCBS.
Partly to mostly cloudy overnight. Frank just mentioned that we are seeing a little bit of fog, lows upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, but a bit hazy, and some areas of morning fog with highs ranging from the low 60s at the coast to the mid-70s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Beth Miller Rowe is the Bay Area's reverse mortgage specialist. With over 35 years' experience, Beth offers a variety of reverse mortgage programs such as FHA insured home equity conversion mortgage and even jumbo reverse mortgages. Whether you own your home outright or have a loan against it, a reverse mortgage may provide financial freedom to better enjoy your retirement years. Reverse mortgages have changed so much in the last 10 years. Now is the time to call Beth at the Reverse Mortgage Group at 925-969-0380. Beth is located here in the Bay Area, offering free consultations in a friendly, professional, no-pressure atmosphere. Call Beth at 925-969-0380 or go to callbeth.net. Borrower must pay property taxes, insurance, HOA dues, live in and maintain the home. NMLS 294774/1850/831612. Licensed under the Department of Business Oversight under CRMLA. Equal Housing Opportunity.
news that matters to you. Around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Sunday, October 30th. Coming up on KCBS, Nancy Pelosi's husband is